Good morning from the garden tomb. It's, I think, 11 January 11, 2022. And if there is one place in Jerusalem that I can feel the quietness, relaxation, or even feeling good, God Himself is that place. Now, according to what so many believes, this is the place that Jesus was crucified, died, been buried, and of course resurrected. Yes, I know that most of you knows the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, which is the second option. And but we're here to accept, not to say no, it cannot be happened. Because the holiness here is 100% exist. And my daughter, when I used to take her to here, she used to say, "Abba, leave me alone here. I'm playing with angels here." Then in that case, my dears, there is something special in that place. I started at this place mainly because I feel like this is my home. It's called the Almond. Here it is. And this is my family name, Sheked. And I'm here to honor one of our subscribers, and his name is Byron. I'm not sure that he knows it, but Sintya, his wife, knows him. At least she asked me to do that. Then Byron, Sintya asked me to bless the Jerusalem cross in that beautiful garden. She's got her own Jerusalem cross. Now you've got your own one. And the minute it actually reached that area, it's been blessed. And the energy of the cross is absolutely strong. Then in that case, although sadly the viewpoint to the Calvary, to the Golgotha, is closed, let me take you until there and let me talk about that place. That amazing garden belongs to the community of the Garden Tomb Association, and it's actually not an old site. The site is old, but it's not so old as a garden. It all started with Charles Gordon, who was standing outside the gates of Jerusalem, looking north, and actually said to himself, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre cannot be the correct place. First of all, it's inside the walls. Then in that matter, Jews are not buried themselves inside the wall, and the book actually mentioned that the crucifixion place was outside the wall. And another thing he said, this is one of the most central places in Jerusalem today. One of the Arab bus station is close to here. Then in that case, the idea of crucifixion was around places that people could see it. I mean, there's no reason to crucify someone and no one will see it. The idea is to study from it. Then I cannot reach that area, but I can show you where it is, and one day it will be ready. But I don't know if you can hear a little bit of the buses area. See, that is the place. It's going to be amazing, but it's still not open. Another thing that you can see from here, and that's what Gordon saw, it's the Calvary. Byron, Sintya, the Calvary is there. From that angle, it's difficult to see the eyes and the nose of it, but he saw the face. And later on, I will try to show you an old picture of the site, and you will understand exactly that when Gordon saw it, he knew this is the one, this is the place. And in that case, they established it a few years later at 1894, and from that day it's so quiet here. Now let's go to the book of John, and we know that just after Jesus was crucified, Joseph of Arimathea, which was a very important student to Jesus, but he was afraid to mention it to the Jews, mainly because he was well known. He went to Pontius Pilate and asked to get the body of Jesus, and he got it. Now, if he went to Pontius Pilate, it means that he was well known and he had power. And why it was so important for him to do that at the same day? Because Jews been buried at the same day that he died. In that case, he asked to get a body. He did it. He put a linen on it. He purified his body, and then he covered and he buried him in a garden. In that garden, which was his garden, there was a garden, a tomb that no one used before. And they did it at Saturday Eve, which is, according to the Jews, Friday night, before sunset. You can see the garden. Here it is in front of you. You can understand that it's a garden of a rich man. It was huge. There are doubts about that place, but I'm not going into it because there are doubts of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre too. What I will ask you to do is actually what George actually told me to do when I was here for the first time. He told me, come to here, go to there, and then you will choose. Good idea, isn't it? In Byron, we are on the way to the tomb, but on the way to the tomb you can see the water system, at least the bucket hole for it. And because you know that my name is Almond, well, let me show you my tree. Oh, they took the picture of the tomb. Of the Calvary, sorry. Everything that you see here is part of that water system. I'm the only one here. Is it sad? Yes, it is. It is sad for me. Where are the tourists? Where are the disciples that want to see it? And thanks God I still can do that. The COVID situation with the new virus, the Omicron, is not so good in Israel. Yesterday, 30,000 people found out that they are sick. And this is the two ideas, but let's actually see it from a different angle, and then we will enter into it. Later on, I will give you a few minutes to pray in the tomb. I won't talk. Let's read it in English and Hebrew. I will read it in Hebrew, and you will read it in English. In Hebrew, we are reading from right to left. Let me just put it here. יוסף איש רמתיים ונקדימון לקחו את גופת ישוע ועטפו אותה בתכריכים עם הבשמים כמנהג הקבורה אצל היהודים. במקום שנצלב ישוע היה גן, ובגן קבר חדש שעוד לא הונח בו איש. שם שמו את ישוע, כי ערב שבת היה ליהודים והקבר קרוב, הבשורה על פי יוחנן. Then let's start with it. יוסף איש הרמתיים, Joseph of Arimathea, Joseph, Yosef, Nakdimonus, which is not a Jewish name, I don't know that name, and they took the body of Yeshua, and Jews, Yehudim, and that's Ha-Yehudim, they're Jews. And that's the Gospel of Yochanan, Yutet 19. Now when we know it, let's go slowly into the tomb. And let's talk about it first. They found here a lot of tombs. All over, there's a huge cemetery. Another reason to believe that Jews used to be buried outside the walls. Then here it is. It's outside the wall. And the tomb that we see here is not a regular tomb from the time of Jesus. It's, according to what we know, is earlier than that, but is it important? I'm not sure. Then let's go into the tomb. And the rolling stone is not here. This is not the rolling stone of that tomb, but the rolling stone's tunnel exists here. Here it is. Now, what they used to do in regular tombs, when, let's see, if there is, here you will see 3 places for a burial site. But what will happen to the 4th one? Usually, they actually takes the bones out from that tomb, put it in a small ossuary, bone collector, and then bury it, put it in the room next to it together with others. But we know that Jesus got a tomb that no one used before, and if that was the tomb of Joseph of Arimathea, we believe that that was the tomb that no one used before. It was his tomb. Some actually believe that this is the one. Byron. This was his tomb mainly because you can see that at the end of it, they built it a little bit bigger. Then maybe Jesus was a little bit longer than the family of Joseph of Arimathea. Let me put it here. And if it's okay by you, I will give you now a few minutes to pray, then I will be quiet. Thank you very much. See you in my next video. I hope that everything that you ask will come true.